4 bass notes and a delay pedal on the guitar, right? Yes and no. Today we're going to take a look at U2's With or Without You, and we're going to see how harmonically there's more going on than first meets the eye. So the very first thing we have to do is start with the first thing you hear in the song, which is a keyboard loop programmed by producer Brain Eno, which basically spells out the notes of a D major chord, D, A, F sharp, D. Okay? When we take those notes and combine them with the bass notes, D, A, B, G, we get some interesting things. If you've ever seen a songbook with this song written out in it, a lot of times they'll label the chords as just D, A, B minor, G. But that's not quite it, is it? Let's see why. The first chord is indeed a D major chord. Sure, that's home. The second chord, you could label that as D over A, but once we take a look at the edges notes, we'll see that there's a little bit more going on than just that. The third chord, yeah, you could label that D over B, but really what that is a B minor 7 chord. The reason why is this: a B minor chord are the notes B, D, F sharp. If I add the 7th note of the B minor scale to it, it's an A note, it's a B minor 7 chord. The top 3 notes are a D chord, right? So you add a B on the bottom to D on top, B minor 7. The last chord, again, you could call that D over G, but I like to think of it like this. If I play a G chord, G, B, D, and I add the major 7th of the G scale, which is the F sharp, I get a G major 7. If I add the 9th note of the G major scale to it, I get an A note, I get a G major 9. That's a beautiful chord. If I take the 3rd of the chord out, which is the B note, and I have the notes now D, F sharp, A, and then G on the bottom, that opens the sound up more. I'm still thinking of that as a G major 9, but it's just got an openness to it. That's a great sound. Okay, well, let's see how the Edge approaches this when he comes in with his famous riff a couple of minutes into the song. So he's going to start on the open G string on the guitar and then play essentially a power chord, another G, and then a D, and resolves that to an F sharp. So he's coming in on the G note in the bass, so resolving to the F sharp there against the D note in the bass, spelling out the D chord. Now here's where it gets interesting. When the bass changes to an A, Edge continues that pattern. He'll start with the open G on the guitar and then play that G, D again. So what you're getting there is this tension, and the reason why is that you're basically getting the notes of a A7 sus4. Let's see what that is. So an A chord is A, C sharp, E. The 7th is G. That's an A7 chord. If I take the 3rd and move it up a half step to D, that's an A7 sus4. So essentially what you're getting is that sound. Then, resolving to the F sharp against the B note spells out B minor. Okay? And then we're right back to the beginning with the G. So let's put the whole thing together. We're starting on the G chord. So what you're getting is this beautiful dynamic of happy, tension, melancholy, longing to resolve, and back again. So the D chord is home. That's happy. The A, sus4, that's tension. Wants to go somewhere, but it doesn't go anywhere happy. It gets to the melancholy, B minor 7. And then we get the G, and that wants to go somewhere else. We get home to D. And so with just those 4 things, they didn't really need anything else. The strength of the tune could be built just on those elements. Okay. Now, of course, you have an amazing vocal performance, you have a great drum performance, etc. But paring down those elements to their simplest forms like that is really, I think, one of the things that makes it such a powerful performance. And simple's not easy. If it was, everyone would be doing it. So to do simple well takes a certain aesthetic as a musician. I hope you enjoyed that breakdown. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like this to come. And thanks for watching.